Okay, we're going to solve this radical equation, and how we do that is we get the square root piece by itself, and then we're going to square both sides. And we have to be careful with when we get answers out. We want to make sure that they do go back and work in the original equation. Okay. Also, one thing to note here is that we're working with real solutions here, and so we want to make sure that everything underneath the square root is at least 0, because we don't want the negatives underneath the square root. So just in terms of restrictions, we want 6x plus 5 to be at least 0, greater than or equal to 0. In other words, we want 6x to be greater than or equal to negative 5, or x to be greater than or equal to negative 5/6. Okay, so when we get an answer out, if we're not at least negative 5/6, which is about negative 1, so if we're not at least that large or larger, then it's not going to work in this square root, and we have to disregard that solution. Also, let's just be careful, like when we're squaring, we don't want to end up with extra solutions, right? So we'll just be careful there as well. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. So that'll give me the square root of 6x plus 5 is equal to 9. So we're looking for the square root of something to be equal to 9. Well, so that means that that something is going to have to be 81, right? And if I square both sides, I'm going to see that here. So if I square both sides, I'm going to get 6x plus 5, and then 9 squared is 81. So that, I mean, that just makes sense moving down. Okay, now we'll go ahead and solve this. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to subtract. Going to subtract the 5 from both sides. So we're going to get, I believe we're going to get 76 here. And then we're going to divide both sides by 6. So these are both divisible by 2, so I think that gives us 38. And that gives us 3. Well, this is a positive number, so clearly it's greater than or equal to this negative number of negative 5/6. So no problem. It's going to go ahead and it's going to work in this equation here. Okay, and so our solution then, we can just write it as 38 over 3.